everybody. Welcome back. Okay, so this week I am super excited. I'm always really excited to record these videos, but I'm super excited this week because I get to do a Spider-Sona. If you don't know what that is, it is from probably the best movie of 2018, at least in my opinion. Into the Spiderverse was the best movie of 2018. And people have been making characters that represent themselves or things they love, or just kind of for funsies, creating their very own Spider-Man and Spider-Woman and Spider-Dog and Spider-Horse and Spider-Sonas. Even people who haven't created OCs before are participating, and I think that is fantastic. I love challenges that encourage imagination from everybody. So today, I'm actually going to make my very own. And then next week, I fully intend to draw my new Spider-Sona in all her glory. So I'm going to do a few different poses here. As you can see, I have started with this kind of crossed arms back against the wall, sort of 3/4 view. I really love the Gwen Stacy, Spider-Gwen hoodie thing going on. I know that a lot of people have done that, but I've got a different idea. I think that I'm going to kind of use this hood as more or less this cloak of mystery, kind of. When she pulls it up, I want it to shade out her entire face completely. But I'm not completely sure. I'm going to figure it out as we go. Another idea that I have is more or less a callback to my active outdoorsy life. In fact, I don't think that I want this to have any sleeves on it whatsoever. And I even think that I want to have either holes in the tights or some other asymmetrical and kind of rugged outdoorsy aspect to it. But I mean, we'll see, you know? You don't know, I don't know, we'll find out. Right now I'm just kind of illustrating a character that's more or less a caricature of myself. You haven't seen me for a while because I haven't posted any videos for a few months now where I actually show my face. Maybe one day I will again, but my hair is getting longer and I do part it on the left side, or the right side actually, it really depends. I am fickle about my hair. Also, I have a strong affinity for chokers. I love chokers, and so this character has to have that naturally. I think that's actually going to be kind of the midsection where her costume connects to her mask. And I love my ear cuffs. I actually have some mock gauge earrings, and so I wear those pretty frequently. But I also really like to wear some ear cuffs. I don't have my cartilage pierced or anything, but I think it looks really cool, and I do have cuffs to make me feel cool, even if I'm not as cool as I would like to be. But almost always I have this stupid little hair piece that kind of like is a flyaway, but it's a thick flyaway, you know? Like everything else is cohesive, but I figured I would just implement that because it's always really cute in anime, so I figured it'd be cute in this. Yeah, so for this hood, I'm really thinking that I'm gonna have something that whenever it's pulled up, it's kind of casting this extremely deep, dark shadow over her face, and her eyes are gonna glow. What color? I don't know. Blue, red, white? We'll see. And I absolutely love the aesthetic of cloaks. I think cloaks look so sick. Elvish cloaks and heavy cloaks with like a delicate clasp at the front, so I'm kind of implementing that too. So the spider design here that I was kind of inspired by is the redback spider, which I know that Jazza did his with the redback spider, but I've got a different reason for it. It symbolizes change for me. I'll get to that in a future video a little bit more. But we're getting real deep here, and the redback symbolizes change in my world. In case you don't know, the redback spider is one of the most venomous. They're in Australia only, so yeesh, you poor Australians. Burning down your homes if you find one of those things, huh? For anyone who has known me and followed me for a long period of time also, you probably recognize these stripes on the shoulders that I'm actually putting into the costume rather than directly onto the character's flesh, but most of my past original characters have had these stripes on their shoulders. I just really love the look, and I've been implementing that for at least a decade. So I'm just figuring out a new and creative way to put it in there. In one of the Spider-Man comics, The Other, Peter winds up getting these spiky, venomous tendril things, and I definitely think that's freaking awesome, and I want some. So I'm gonna have some in the future. I didn't mock that up here, but it's definitely gonna be in the final illustration. Faux show. As I get to inking this full body character portrait, please take notice of the fact that there is a pretty significant gap in the knee area on her left leg, which is what I would consider accurate for the costume. But unfortunately, I screwed this up in the other full body image of the character. I put that on her right leg instead. Oopsie, I'll fix that in the final illustration next week. So, to be honest, at this point I'm thinking about my extremely dry Copic markers that I'm going to have to use for my grayscale, and simultaneously trying to think of an alternate way to color this. But, alas, I really just need to get some new Copics, or refills. Oh, also, as fantastic and cool and sick as typical Spider-Man eyes look, I'm kind of giving my character these heavy lash lines on the top. It has this feminine flair, I feel, and it also kind of contributes to that air of mystery that I want underneath the hood. I do have a tendency to wear pretty heavy eye makeup when I'm not wearing glasses, because I do, unfortunately, have glasses. I would like to get LASIK sometime, but I do wear glasses, and then for special occasions or when I'm gonna go be hyperactive or whatever, then I don't wear glasses anymore, I wear contacts. But if I were bitten by a radioactive spider, hells yeah, I would totally have perfect vision, and it would be amazing. That would honestly be the only real reason I'd want to be bitten by a radioactive spider. Perfect vision. Can't even imagine. The rest of this costume is kind of inspired by tigers. I love tiger patterns and their stripes. And then these wraps around the ankles are more or less kind of paying homage to some of my martial arts training from my past. I argued with myself over this for a long time, whether I wanted to actually put the Spidey patterns within the patterns on the costume or not, but in the end I settled on it because I figured that it can also provide some kind of additional power setup, maybe? Like with Black Panther and his vibranium, I really love how that's rendered out in the movie, and I'm wondering if I could possibly cheat and implement vibranium into my Spidey suit. That'd be pretty cool. And all of the spots where I've got that spider pattern, that would be where the vibranium is coursing through. So as I'm doing this, I'm also thinking about my colors. I have blue eyes and dark brown hair naturally, with pale skin. And I was thinking that, what if the bite from the radioactive spider caused her hair to, I don't know, have like some kind of a streak in it, red, white, but I don't know. I'll figure it out when I get into coloring. So I'm doing all of this illustration on paper, obviously, but I am going to bring it into Procreate and test out some color ideas I've got. And I'll bring you through that briefly, but Procreate doesn't capture nearly as much detail as my camera does, or as a screen capturer does. So I'm going to have to get through that real quick, because I think in the hour and a half that I was messing with the colors, I still only wound up with about 2 minutes of footage. So my initial thoughts are that I do want this suit to be black and red. Red is my favorite color. I love the combo of black and red, and I really actually like black, red, and white when it's implemented correctly. One of my friends actually sent me an example of what I probably wouldn't want to do as far as black, white, and red, which is Spider-Man 2099's new design. Not a huge fan, personally, but you know, to each their own, to each their own. Maybe not an inherent ability from the radioactive spider, but instead, as a feature of the suit, the eyes glow different colors based on what is needed, whether that's low light or heat-seeking or something like that. And the suit is actually capable of enabling the character's eyes see in a number of different situations. I don't know, but as an artist, I mean, in general, eyes are very important, obviously, but as an artist, they're critical for anything that I'm doing. I obviously have absolutely no capacity to navigate anything in the 2D realm without being able to see. And my vision is honestly terrible. I'm only 25 years old and my vision is really bad. So I would imagine that it would become a gigantic part of my superhero persona if I suddenly got infinite vision. Moving on to highlights now. I'm going to finish this up real quick, and then I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to put it into Procreate so we can start experimenting with colors. Although I'm really thinking that I'm liking the idea of that red and black, and then maybe the area just above breast and below neck. I think that should be some kind of like white netting. I don't know. We'll see. So this is the completed version of just my raw traditional. And now we're going to get into colors. So I am thinking of having all of these patterns being bright red, but I might actually wind up fading those out. Or if I go with that vibranium idea, maybe they're kind of a dull red or almost transparent when not in battle, not in a combat situation. Now for these eyes, I do think that the blue can work, but I don't know if I actually like it. I think it kind of, I don't know, it might. Personally, I think it kind of takes away from that very black and white and red. But maybe that's good. Maybe it's good for it to stand out. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you like the idea of having the costume's eyes being kind of a pale blue? Or should it be white? Or maybe white is neutral, and like I was talking about earlier, depending on the situation, it changes colors for more effective visuals to the costume user. I don't know. Anyway, I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching this. I really love making original characters, and if I can make fantasy original characters, even better. Anyway, that's gonna be it for me today, so thank you guys so much for watching. Remember that you can keep up with me on Instagram, Etsy, Facebook, and of course, if you want to keep up with me on here, please subscribe and hit that like button and the bell icon. And till next time, guys.